Hello Sagittarius, thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main read, I'm using the Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. I hope you can see that. All of a sudden the sun decided to shine. And the support cards, the Angel Answer Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Okay. Don't know why we're doing that, but okay. This seems quite good. I just did a bunch of water reads and those ones seem rough, but yours seems pretty good. So, what seems to be holding back? Your partner seems to be concerned about what's going on around you socially. I don't know if you can see that. It's community. And you got this caring connections here. I feel like they're blocking information from getting to you. I feel like they're trying to protect you from something. I also feel like you're a little... this is what's kind of holding the situation back. What's holding you back is hostilities. Seems like somebody might be pushing your buttons. Now, even though this is holding your partner back or holding the situation back, I feel like your partner's doing it because they care and they just don't want... They're just hoping things will just kind of relent on their own and just kind of move on. They're trying to let things cool down. Now, that being said, I know this is a money card typically, but I'm noticing the flowers between the two doors. This is what's actually seems to be going on between the two of you. You're feeling very valued. They're very happy with you. They have the Sun card. Things seem very good between you and your partner. It's just what's going on with this social situation. It seems like your partner does not want that affecting you and does not feel like it's necessary, and it seems like you might be a little agitated and ready to really tell somebody how you feel, and your partner's just trying to keep things on the level, keep people from fighting. So it seems like things are still going well, but it seems like one of the reasons things are going well is because your partner's kind of blocking things from getting to you. Now that being said, the next part here is the door to romance and the world for you, between you and your partner. Your partner seems really centered on you at this time. And I feel like one of the reasons they're keeping things away from you is because they want that time. But I feel like they might be distracting you a little bit by just spending more time with you, trying to keep you out of certain things. They seem to think that everybody's going to be a lot happier if things just move on, and they feel like honoring the relationship with you or spending more time with you can really alleviate some of the pressure. So they're kind of... The way they're coping with the situation is to basically spend more time with you, center on you, concentrate on you, and kind of like... If they do that, they're kind of feeling like things will dissipate on their own. I'm not really sure if I'm confident if that's how that's going to work. But the reason, like, their spiritual card is the heart chakra, the green chakra. They're trying to heal the situation. They're definitely coming from a place of love and value. So they're trying to move things forward. I feel like they're going for that peaceful resolution. I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that card, but I'm kind of feeling like they want the peaceful resolution. That's maybe why I'm not seeing the card, because that seems to be what they want. Not really sure they're going to get it. Because it seems where they're standing, they seem to be worried that things are going to get a little bit more primal, a little more, like things are going to really, how's that saying go? Things are going to hit the wall. Come off the wall, whatever you say. Like, people are going to fight and have a big fight about things. Now, on your side, in the spiritual sense, you seem to be really revved up about this situation. You have storm warning, which means the situation seems to be lingering for you. And I'm saying that even though I I feel like you're having a really good time and you're feeling really good with your partner. This cornucopia matches the attention you're getting from your partner. I feel like you're having a really good time with them, and like everything's going very well, but that storm is like still beneath the surface. Even though you're very happy and doing well with them, that storm is still brewing. I feel like whatever's pushing your buttons, just because you're happy now and you're having a good time with your partner, doesn't mean the situation is past. Now that seems to be going in. You have this, this is the third eye chakra, which sometimes I look at too quickly and I think it's the crown, but it's not. It's the third eye chakra there. So I feel like you're trying to like, I feel like you're looking at the situation like, if I just let this go, or if I act passively about this and just ignore it, I'm just gonna have to deal with it again later. And why would I do that? Like, it's just a problem that's persisting, and the longer I don't say something, the longer I don't handle it, the longer it just keeps going. And it feels like that's how you're standing on this one. I'm not sure that hit correctly. I'm getting something different. Like, what you're actually doing is you're wondering. You're trying to, I feel like you're looking at the situation like, where is this going? How is your partner treating you? Why? What's going on around you? I feel like some of you are trying to do the whole, alright, I'll let it go thing. I feel like you're trying to do that. But the storm warning here is warning, like literally a warning that even though you want to, you're analytically talking yourself out of it. Emotionally, it's just waiting to pop. Okay. Now that kind of moves us on to what's helping things. Now, what's helping things, what helps this situation, and I feel like that's part of like your partner spending time with you, what will help, as long as it gets there, as long as your partner and you kind of agree and go through this talk, because I feel like there needs to be a very honest, deep talk. I feel like they need to talk from the truth they're seeing, from the situation as they're seeing it. Because I'm noticing what goes on your side that seems to help is the yin-yang. Yep, the yin-yang. And you'll notice it's like the sun and the moon kind of yin-yang going on there. The sun and the moon yin-yang, that's usually about, like, the moon would be about, like, what you think's going to happen based, or what you are afraid is going to happen, and then the sun side is usually about the passion you have for it, having a good time, like the good and the bad, the what's really happening versus what you feel is happening. And I feel like the two of you need to have this frank discussion. He or she, whatever it works out for, they need to communicate what they're honestly seeing, because I feel like the way they're looking at the situation, they're seeing fault on both sides, like they're seeing some problems on both sides of where this conflict is. And I'm getting kind of like when you go through this, like there has to be like a very trusting situation where you both can talk honestly about what you're seeing, how you're feeling, why you did this, why this happened, you know, what you're seeing from them, what they're seeing from you. Like there has to be a very deep conversation, because I feel like whatever's going on, like there's a lot of passion, it feels like. And it's not like it's unwarranted on your side, but like the situation might have grown to a part where people are reacting instead of thinking things through, and there's a lot of reacting going on, and even though you may react honestly, like based on what happened, the action may not be serving the situation very well. So it's just kind of like addressing what happened and why, and then just kind of like, all right, well, I understand why that happened. It's not helping though, so how are we going to change it? Like, what are we going to do? Things like that. Because I feel like that's what helps. And your partner, whoever that person may be, needs to like really like stand their ground and say what they're honestly seeing. Because I feel like they prefer just to go along and just pacify the situation. But I feel if you go at it like with an honest tone about how you're really feeling and how you're worried that it's going to come around again, especially if you mention you think it's going to come around again. I feel like they'll be more honest and forthcoming because they realize, it's better to deal with it now between the two of you on an honest level where you're both feeling confident and where you can have a disagreement if that happens, but it stays between you. And then after you guys are on the same page, can move forward together to correct and move the situation into a better place. Okay. I feel like that's what this whole thing's about. Like, your partner, it feels like your partner's shielding you from a lot. It's not really going to serve the situation in the long run. But when this safe time comes between the two of you and you can honestly talk with each other and maybe even have disagreements if that's what happens, but where it stays between you and you guys can, hash out where each of you stand and then how you stand together and how you're going to move forward together to solve this situation. Because it seems like there's a community situation going on, like there's other people involved. As you decide what to do, it'll make it easier for the both of you because your partner seems to be in this protection mode. Like he or she, whoever it may be, wants to protect you from this. And it doesn't seem like that's going to work in the long run. It's going to backfire. This honest conversation needs to happen. All right. So that is for Sagittarius relationship. Let's do Sagittarius single. Sorry, something went by the window and got my eye. I was just like, I've never been diagnosed with ADD, but once in a great while I start to wonder. Alright. There's a lot there. What's that about? Alright, Sagittarius single. You seem to be standing in a very good place right now. I feel like if this is going to resonate with you, you have your eye on somebody. Not sure where that's going to go yet, but we're going here. Alright, so you have your eye on somebody. Something is a little weird here, though, because even though you have your eye on somebody, I feel like this opportunity is kind of moving on. The question is, are you moving on from it? No, I feel like it's moving on from you. What's going on in the social sense here? In the environment, you have Angel of Strength, Goddess of the Moon, and the Temple Path. Which means this person, whoever you're interested in, they're kind of in the middle of something. They're on a different path than you. It's just not matching up for where you are. I feel like they do have interest with you, but there's other things they have to do. I don't know. I feel like this might be a situation where you might not be sure if this is a good idea or not, or vice versa. They might feel that way. Because it feels like there's like some point, there's a spot here where there's like an honest moment where you seem to both understand how you feel about each other, but it passes. I'm not sure if it's just like a look where you just kind of feel that connection with each other and you move on, or there's somebody gives somebody a proposal in the sense, or like it offers some type of date or something like that, and it's kind of passed on. It's not that the other person doesn't feel the same way, but they are moving on because they seem to be going in a different direction. For whatever reason, they're feeling like this isn't going to work, and they just kind of move on. Now, I feel like the problem with this is you really think this is a good idea, and you want to change this person's mind. You got the anxiety card in your thoughts, because I feel like to you it's like this could really be something good, and you're kind of stressed in like, how do you change this person's mind? You may have been thinking about this person for a little while. You have the attachment card here. Like, it's hard for you to let go from this person. Something about them has really caught your interest. Okay, and I'm feeling like there's been, you got the yin yang and you get the door to personal happiness and health or whatever. Healing and personal happiness. They did something, or something happened where you really thought that this had a great possibility. You're seeing a connection between you and this person. You're feeling this connection. And you're seeing the possibility for things to go forward. And you're feeling really good about that. And you want to do this. I feel like you're kind of already engaged. Even though you're not with this person, you're kind of already engaged with it. Almost like you're starting to commit to this person. Like you're in the pre-committal feelings. Like you just want to be there. And you're just like, I feel like this, even though they say no, and this situation moves on, I feel like you're still kind of holding on afterwards. You have the envy card after, which makes me feel like you're still stuck on what you can't have at this point for a little while. This person made a big impact on you. So it seems like you're holding to it, and you're having a hard time letting it go. And you're seeing a lot of value with this person is the reason. Like, the blossoming of abundance, like you're looking at this person and you're seeing the world. You're also, like, I feel like there's a kindred spirit thing going on here, where there's like a soul connection here that you're connecting with, and which I feel is making it more difficult. Even though you're not going to be with this person, your soul kind of remembers them, and you feel that need to be close to them because you have that camaraderie. And even though like they feel the same, but they're deciding to move on, their life's going in a different direction, they are moving on, it's hard for you to disconnect from that. Now I feel like this doesn't last too long, because I feel like it seems like there's like you're like halfway through the process. So if you've been thinking about this person for a couple months and you finally hit that moment where, you know, their offer went out and you were denied, because if this reading is hitting, I'm feeling like you were denied. It's probably going to be just as long getting out of it. So if it's 2 months getting in, probably about 2 months getting out before you're letting it go. If it was in the last couple weeks, then it'll probably pass on in the same amount. I've seen people where somebody from their past has shown up and it lasts for about a week where they have these feelings and they kind of move on. So it doesn't have to go excessively long, but there is a moment here where you're just kind of going to be stuck and have a hard time letting it go, and a little bit of pining going on there. But I'm not seeing like that's holding you down for a long time. For a few of you, I feel like you're going to move on fairly quickly, because what I see here in the end result is the walking away. With this person, the way she's looking back, like, it's kind of, she's reluctant to walk away, but she realizes it's time on that card. Not that it's gender specific, but still. This person realizes, you know, even though I don't want to walk away, it's time to walk away. There's nothing going to happen here. And realizing that somebody else is out there for you, and this is a good thing. That you're moving on, this is good for you to move on from this. But I feel like it might be hard for you to let go from it, because there's a kindred connection. Like, I don't feel like the other person is bad. I don't feel like anybody's bad in this situation. It's just not matching up. And I don't feel like the other person is going to reciprocate your feelings. And they move on. It seems like they move on fairly quickly. It's just it kind of lingers for you a little longer. But soon after, you do let go and move on as well. So I guess all in all, that's not really that great, but it's not that bad either, because I don't feel like it's gonna like mire you down for a long time. So, anything else with this? All right, I'm gonna wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. Of course, if you would like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.